Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
So now, if we look at the tailgate, you can see all the body work that we did. Now, all this body work was done with the air file only, okay? And then, of course, I went ahead and hand sanded the painted areas so the primer will stick. But I want to show you how nice and level, okay, once you get to learn how to use your air file, this is what will happen, and this is what it'll look like. Now, I did use variance grades of sandpaper all the way from 36 grit down to 180, okay, on this tailgate, but everything that you see on this was done with an air file, either the big or the little. So, practice makes perfect. And that basically goes for anything in life. If you want to be good at something, you have to practice to be perfect. Playing guitar, for instance. Okay, you have to practice the guitar to be able to play the guitar properly. Anything you can think of, okay, practice makes perfect. Air filing, it is a complicated situation because you can take too much off or not enough. Okay, so it really takes a lot of practice to learn how to use the air file the proper way. If it was me, I would start out on flat surfaces and then work your way into round surfaces. Okay, body contours, body lines, all that you have to take into account with what you're doing. But the air file is going to be one of your most important tools that you will own doing any type of body work to a vehicle. All right, let's look at that tailgate. Let's see what it looks like with primer on it. And there you go. Okay, as you can see, the tailgate is all straightened out. Okay, the only air tool that was used on this was an air file. We got to come back, we'll hand block it out, block sand it to 400 wet, and this will be ready for paint. The air file will save you a lot of time and a lot of expense. The air file will save you a lot of headaches. So learn how to use your air file and learn how to adjust to the habit of using your air file, and you too can be the master of the air file. Okay, we just got done with our tailgate. We got it painted on our Ford 4x4, big 4x4 pickup truck. Let's go look at that. Let's see how good the air file really worked. All right, now what we did, we went ahead and used the air file on this job. The only tool that we used was an air file, and I want to tell you that I did hand sand it. I wet sanded it down for paint, but that's the only hand sanding that I did at it. Let's look at the tailgate. Let's see what it looks like and see how good the air file actually worked on the tailgate. Now, I want to remind you on this tailgate, this was actually a totaled out tailgate. The insurance company actually paid for another one to be replaced because it got hit up in that corner up there. When the tailgate was down, he backed into some and it crushed the tailgate, which buckled all that area down there. Okay, right in this area, right here below the emblem. So if you look at it now, you can see that the tailgate looks almost like brand new. You can't even tell where it was wrecked. Okay, you can barely tell. If you go down this line right here, you can see right here where it sticks out a little bit. Okay, but the owner's okay with that because we saved him a lot of money, and he's got his original tailgate that looks beautiful. All right, this is the tailgate that we did the body work on. This is the tailgate that we used our air files on. Using the air file is a very handy tool to learn on. Learning how to use your airfoil is one of the most important steps in doing body work that you will ever know. Okay? It takes a good eye, it takes a good hand, and it takes a very precise action to do it right. Okay? That job right there, doing that tailgate, that job, just the body work alone, before I put it in primer, probably took me a total of less than an hour and 25 minutes. Now that doesn't include letting the Bondo dry. Of course, we got to let the Bondo cure. But all sanding time and prep time was approximately an hour and 25 to an hour 45 minutes to do that. And then, of course, we primed it. We block sanded it out with our airfoil in 180 grit. We spot primed it again, came back, wet sanded it with 400, and painted it. This tailgate has not been color sand and buffed. You can see my reflection in it. I am not going to color sand and buff that. That tailgate's good, ready to go. So learn how to use your airfoils and learn how to use them properly. And I'm going to let you know one thing. I'm going to say this right at the end. I think I said it before. You get what you pay for when it comes to the airfoil. Spend the extra dime and spend the extra dollar. Get the better tool for the money to help you do the job properly. My friend Pete, your friend Pete. We're over here at D.I.Y. Auto School, SWRNC, showing you how to do it right.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.